Good morning, friends. Oh, excuse me. I have a frog in my throat. Today, I'm going to read you guys a story that we read in the classroom before, but I know I've read it before nap time, and I don't know if you've ever seen the pictures before. It's called The Listening Walk, and it's written by Paul Showers, and it's illustrated by Aliki? I don't know. They just have one name, like Cher or Madonna. So we're going to read The Listening Walk, okay? And one reason I love this book is because if you open it up, look at that. You can see on the back cover, she's got a little weenie dog. I used to have a weenie dog too. So here we go. The Listening Walk. Ooh. Look here on our cover page. What's she doing? Getting her shoes laced up. She's getting ready to go. Let me see if I can kind of move the computer a little bit. I like to take walks. I take walks with my father and our dog. Our dog is called Major. He's an old dog. He does not walk very fast. We go down the street and we do not talk. My father puts his hands in his pockets and thinks. Major walks ahead and sniffs. I keep still and listen. I call this a listening walk. On a listening walk, I do not talk. I listen to all the different sounds. I hear many different sounds when I do not talk. First, I hear Major's toenails on the sidewalk. Major has long toenails, and when he walks, his toenails scratch the sidewalk. They go twick, 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 twick. I hear my father's shoes on the sidewalk. My father walks slowly, and his shoes go dop, 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 dop. I can't hear my shoes. I wear sneakers. I hear all sorts of sounds on a listening walk, and I listen to the sounds that I've never listened to before. I listen to lawnmowers. Lawnmowers are noisy. A lawnmower makes a steady zooming noise. It goes like this. Zoom. I like to listen to lawn sprinklers. Lawn sprinklers are very quiet. They make different sounds. Some sprinklers make a steady whispering sound like this. Other sprinklers turn around and around, and they go like this. On a listening walk, I hear cars in the street. The shiny new cars are quiet. They only make a soft hmm. But old cars are very noisy. Old cars sound like this. Braka, 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 braka. Have you ever ridden in an old car? I've driven lots of old cars. Maybe you have a neighbor with an old clunky car. Or maybe you have an old clunky car. As long as that car gets you from point A to point B, it's a good car. When cars go around the corner too fast, the tires go. And when cars stop quickly, the brakes go. On a listening walk, I hear all kinds of sounds. A bicycle bell ringing. Tring, tring. A baby crying. Maybe it's Miss Serpa's baby. A jet flies over. Jets are noisy when they're overhead. A jet goes. A boy runs by dribbling his basketball. Bump, 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 bump. A lady hurries by us. She's wearing high heels, and the lady's high heels go bick, buck, bick, buck, bick, buck. A bus is coming. The lady starts to run. Bick, 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 bick. The bus stops at the corner. And the lady gets on. The bus starts up again. Around the corner, men are digging up in the street. They're using a jackhammer. It makes a loud banging sound, like da 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 da. The jackhammer hurts my ears. I put my hands over my ears as we walk by. Da 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 da. sometimes my father and I take Major to the park. It's quiet there. The sounds in the park are not loud like the noises in the street. My father and I walk down a shady path. I don't talk. I listen. I listen to my father's shoes on the path. They make a soft sound. They go chuff, 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 chuff. I listen to the birds in the park. I listen to the pigeons and the ducks. The pigeons fly down to meet us. They want us to feed them. The pigeons puff up their feathers and they take tiny little steps. They come toward us, nodding their heads, saying, purr, purr, purr. At the pond, the ducks are waiting. They want us to feed them too. The small ducks swim up close. They turn their heads on one side and they look up at us. And the small ducks waggle their tails and quack. They say, "Wah, wah, 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 wah." Have you seen ducks wag their little tails? The big ducks aren't so brave. They stay back and swim around in circles. The big ducks look at us, but they don't come close. The big ducks say, "Wah, wah, 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 wah." Sometimes I hear a woodpecker in the park. The woodpecker sounds like a little hammer. He goes, rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. In the park, I hear crickets in the grass. The crickets go, creak, 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 creak. I hear the wind in the leaves. It whispers. I hear bees in the flowers. It's fun to go on a listening walk. You don't have to go far. You can walk around the block and listen. You can walk around your yard and listen. You don't even have to take a walk to hear sounds. There's sounds everywhere, all the time. All you have to do is keep still and listen to them. Right now, there are sounds you can hear. When you finish this page, close the book and listen. How many different sounds can you hear right now? Close your book and count them. What do you hear? I hear birds outside, and I hear Rocky yelling in the other room. So today, I want you to go on a listening walk with your parents or your grandparents or your babysitter, of course. Don't walk outside by yourself. But I want you to go on a listening walk, and I want you to see what you can hear. And when you're on your listening walk and you're hearing things, I want you to think about how those sounds make you feel. Do they feel like happy sounds? Are they exciting sounds? Are they scary sounds? But remember, on a listening walk, we have to listen. Now, we're in the season of Lent, and we talked about, and during Lent, we pray, we give, and we fast. And we talked a lot about praying before we left for spring break. When we pray, it's like we're talking to God. And when we talk to God, sometimes He'll answer us, but we can't hear it if we're not listening. And remember, God doesn't talk to us in His big God voice. Charlie, Malcolm, look both ways before crossing the street. Right? God doesn't talk to us like that. God talks to us in our hearts. And He'll talk to us in little things, little sounds, like the wind, or the sun peeking out from the clouds, or the color of the flowers. Those are the way God can talk to us. But we have to be listening. So today when you go on your listening walk, or tomorrow, if you have to wait for tomorrow, or the next day, but when you complete that assignment and you go on your listening walk, I want you to think of all the ways that God is trying to talk to you. And I want you to listen. Have a good one.